This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching Max Speed TV.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran fast, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the free and the home of the brave? Because we are the prey for those unaware. That flag is still there. It's our future to save. Stand of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home
Welcome, race fans, tonight to Max Speed TV as we get ready to bring you flag-to-flag racing coverage of the Chris Cup Sim Racing Series here from Kansas. This is their second race of the season tonight. They did have a race last week at Daytona. Oh, I had a little mishap. Whoops. Anywho, tonight should be a fun pack here at Kansas as we got a little bit of time left in practice, but let's take a quick look here at some of the practice times, just kind of give you guys a relevant idea of what they could be running in qualifying. But right now, top of the leaderboard is Chris Jonathan Leach. He has a 30.022, and then behind him is Chris Roberge. I believe I said that right, with a 30.127. So that right there kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of what they may be running in qualifying here tonight. But let's get a look at the points from last week. As you can see here, the points from last week as they are shown. 1 to 20th place in points. Chris Ryan Jones is your current point leader coming into the second race tonight with 45 points. Chris Gouge, I hope I said that right, is 40 points in second. Christopher Papa, I hope I said that right too, is third with 36 points. Chris B.J. McDonald is fourth with 33. Fifth place is Chris Williams with 31. Sixth place is Christopher Ritchie with 29 points. Seventh place is Jonathan Leach, with 28. Eighth place is Christopher Reese with 27 points. Ninth is Christopher Williams, 26. 10th, rounding out your top 10, is C.J. Mason with 25. In 11th is Chris Bass with 24. 12th place is Christopher Crowder with 23. 13th is Chris Ahen, I hope I said that right, with 22 points. 14th is Chris James with 21 points. And then 15th place is Chris Tommy Gossett with 20 points. 16th is Christopher Cook with 19. And then there's a cutoff here with 17th place behind the top 16 by 1 point. That is Chris Jones. 18th place behind the 2 points. That is Chris Orvo. Hope I said that right. 19th place is Chris Roberge with -3 points. So he's 3 behind the top 16. And then 4 behind the top 16. Rounding out your top 20 is Christopher Landy. Now let's take a look at the schedule for next week's race. There's a race next week, but the next race that you will see them at will be Iowa on November the 15th. So that should be a fun race there in a couple weeks, and you can see just a little bit briefly what the schedule looks like at the remainder for the season. Coming up later tonight here on Max Speed TV, we do have another race. Once I can get to the schedule here. It is the ISCAR Denise Design Series at Atlanta tonight at 9 p.m., so don't forget to check that out. And then we're here right now with the Chris Cup Series. Also coming up tomorrow night here on Max Speed TV is the Extreme Motorsports 99 ARCA Series. They'll be at Pocono at 8:30 p.m. And then also the Nora Truck Series at Martinsville at 8:40. So don't miss any of that. And we hope that tonight's race will be a good one for you as well. Also coming up on November the 11th, which is a Wednesday, the Outlaw Super Late Model Series Winter Frost Tour starts up. First race will be at 9 p.m. Eastern right here on Max Speed TV with Michael D'Amico on the cameras, and the commentators will be Ray Richer, and Bucky Burt. I got that mixed up. But Michael D'Amico is also on the cameras tonight too, so thanks for that, Michael, for working the camera work for me tonight. And we're on board here in practice with Chris Hubka. Hopefully I said that right. Still see some drivers coming into the race here as we have about 4.5 minutes left of practice here before qualifying starts. Still got practice on iRacing. Well, if this is qualifying, right now at the top of the board is Jonathan Leach with a 30.022. So I don't think it is. As I said, I've still got 3.5 minutes till qualifying starts, and then it tells me it's 2 laps, single car runs. So we'll see what happens, but that happens all the time. But anywho, I believe this is practice. So as of right now, the top car in practice is Jonathan Leach. Looks like we got about maybe close to 20 car field tonight, so that's pretty good for Kansas. Take a look at the race information here before the race tonight and see what these guys are going to be running with here. Pace car speed is 65 miles per hour with hit road speed limit at 45. Right now, the current conditions, it looks like the track temp is 84 with the air temp of 81. And it looks like the tire window will be 23 laps, the fuel window 25. Pit road speed is 50, as I said. And it is a 134-lap race tonight, 201 miles. So that should be a pretty good race with the wind coming out of the north at 4 miles per hour. So that ain't too bad of a wind. I don't think it should affect the cars too much tonight. I do see there also is an X penalty tonight for incidents. They will get 25 incidents. At that 25 incident mark, there will be a penalty handed down. Most of those are stop and go penalties. And then after that, they have, again, then they can get 5 more incidents, and then they get another penalty, and then after that, it's every 5 after each penalty. So they get 25 to start with, and then once they get the penalty, they get an extra 5 every time, and then it just keeps giving them penalties every time they get 5. Hopefully nobody gets to that tonight, but if they do, that's kind of your rundown on that. All right, practice is over with here, and we're going to get underway here for qualifying, and we'll see who will take the pole position for tonight's 201-mile race here at Kansas for the Chris Cup Series. I will just go ahead and apologize in advance. This is my first time broadcasting this series. There's a lot of new names over here to me. If I botch any of them up, I promise you, as far as I go with this, with the season, I should get them down pat. But if I do botch any names tonight, I do apologize. But as we are on board here with the number 5 car of Chris Hubka, hopefully I said that right. We'll watch his qualifying run here and see what he can do. But we'll also keep our eye on a few others too in the background here and see what they and see what they can even accomplish here for qualifying. Drivers are given 10 minutes for qualifying. Most of the time it's 5, so I would say that extra 5 minutes is probably for a driver's meeting, I would say. I know some leagues do that. Quite sure if that's how they do it over here or not. But it is single car runs. They get 2 laps, so don't get a good first lap. You always got that second lap to go after it. So we'll see what they can do. Right now we're riding on with the number 5 car of Chris Hubka. I believe that's a parody car. It's supposed to be, I think it says Chris It on the front instead of Cheez It. Yep, it does say Chris It. I was right. We'll take a look at that car. I do like that car. That's pretty cool. I kind of like the idea of this series. Most of the paint schemes too are, see, that's a Skittles car, but it says Crystals. So all the paint schemes have to evolve around the name Chris as well. So that's kind of cool, actually. And I do like that Crystals paint scheme there. It's a cool chrome-looking collar. This is Christopher Crowder on the 77 car that we was on board there with. Back to Chris Hubka here in the 5 car. Oh, you're fine. Now we're on board the 98 car of Chris Rober. Hopefully I said that right. He is just in the Chris car. You can see this is Chris on the side. I do like that Ford Mustang though. So far at the top of the leaderboard though, we have the number 2 car of Chris James. He has a qualifying time of 30.217. Behind him is Chris Rober in that 98 car that you just saw before we switched to Christopher Lawrence. Chris Rober in the 98 car is second with a 30.272, so he's a little bit off of Chris James. Then we see Chris Papa in the 13 car. He's in the Chris Co. Like a Geico scheme. And Chris Papa right now is currently scored in the 8th position. Oh, he just went to 7th. So he did pick up a little bit of time there on that second lap, so that's good for Papa. Tour with Chris Williams in the 1 car. For some reason his number's not showing up on my screen, but yeah, that's iRacing. In the Chris Wrench car. Right now Christopher Williams in the 1 car is being scored in 11th. Here's Chris Jones in the 33 car. We've got Chris Spice. Chris Londy. Hope I said that name right. In the Chris By car. I like that one. What you going by at Chris By today? Yeah, we got a couple Chris Jones in here, I believe. Yeah, we got Chris. No, that's Chris James. Never mind. There is another Chris Jones. Yeah, we got Chris T. Jones and Chris Ryan Jones. Okay, I thought there was 2 Joneses. Here's Chris Ryan Jones in the Max car. That's a good drink right there. All parodies here, folk. Parodies. I had to just throw that joke in there since it's a Pepsi parody. Also, don't forget, folks, if this is your first time here to Max TV, please hit that like and subscribe button. Every night of the week, Max Speed TV has some sort of iRacing action going on. If you missed me going over the schedule earlier, I will go over it one more time before we go racing here. This race tonight, which is happening right now, of course, is the Chris Cup Series. broadcasted by me, Jeff Dotson, and Michael D'Amico on the cameras. And then coming up later tonight at 9 p.m. is the ISCAR Denise Design Series at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Then coming up tomorrow night, we've got the Extreme Motorsports 99 ARCA Series at Pocono at 8:30, and then the Nora Truck Series at Martinsville at 8:40 p.m. All times are Eastern. Tonight's Chris Cup race, those should be a very good one here in the Gen 6 cars at Kansas. NASCAR mile-and-a-half racing's a big part of the NASCAR scene, so should put on a great show here tonight. We've got about probably 20, 21 cars in the field, maybe 22. So it should be a pretty good race. Here we're on board with the number 88 Micro Chris car. That's Chris Auto. I'll tell you, they got a lot of cool paint schemes out here at these parodies. This is something different. Here we got a little bit on-board shot with Chris Auto in the 88 car. Chris Auto right now is being scored, I believe, in the 13th position. As there is about 3 minutes and a half left in qualifying. So it looks like they will use the whole amount of time, or the whole lot of time, I should say, for qualifying here. Here we got Chris Cola, 41 car, Chris Corvo, hope I said that right. Chris Cola. As I said, a lot of these parody schemes, they're pretty cool, and I like their viewpoint on them. You know, it's the Chris Cup Series. They just take a regular old, thing and just change it into Chris. It's Coca-Cola, it's Chris Cola. You got Best Buy, it's now Chris Buy. It's kind of cool. I like it. So far, Chris Ryan Jones is your pole sitter with a 30.185. In second, we got Chris Packix. I hope I said that right, with a 30.193. So they're not too far off from one another there from first and second. Sixteen so far have qualified. There are a few drivers that are not taking times at the moment. That's a pretty cool one, Chris Raid. Gatorade parody. Oh, they even changed the G. It looks like a C. Oh, that's cool. Like that one. Chris Jonathan Leach there in the Chris Raid car. I'll get it right in a minute. That's pretty cool. I like these parodies. This is cool. This is something different for me. I'm used to normal stuff helping Rudy, and this is a little different, but this is cool. I like it. I just saw another car out here. It looked like it was Chris's. I know it's supposed to be Lucas Oil. I'm trying to look and see what it was actually. Yeah, Lucas Chris Oil. That's pretty cool. I like that one. DuPont is Do Chris. I can't tell what that one is. That's something. That's actually a regular one. That ain't got nothing to do with Chris. It just says O'Reilly Auto Parts. We've actually got Christopher Chesser out here running a regular car. He doesn't have a parody. So far, he's the only one I've seen not run a parody. Most of the other ones are. But as qualifying comes to an end, it looks like Chris Ryan Jones will be your pole sitter tonight. So let's get down here to the starting grid and get that all set up for you. A good race tonight. As we await these guys to grid here, we will get underway with the starting lineup. iRacing gives them like, I think, a minute 30, minute 40 or something like that to grid up. So I'll say we'll probably use that whole lot of the time.
Had a lot of wind damage here this week, so if my internet starts...
All right, folks, as you can see here, starting on the front row tonight, row number 1, on the pole position is Chris Ryan Jones in the 24 car with a qualifying time of 30.186, so congratulations to him. And starting outside the front row, front pole position, Christopher Takis, I hope I said that right, in the 46 car. Row 2, we've got Chris James in the 2 car starting 3rd and Chris Otto starting 4th. Row 3 shows Chris Rober in the 5 car and Chris Jonathan Leach in, excuse me, that was the 5th place. I said 5. But anywho, in row 4, we've got Christopher Williams in 7th and Christopher Ritchie in 8th. Row 5 has Christopher Reese in 9th and Christopher Lawrence rounds out your top in the 9 car. Back in row 6, we've got Christopher Crowder in the 77 car in 11th and Chris Papa in the 13 car in 12th. Back in row 7, we've got Chris Jones in the 33 car in 13th and Chris Hubka in the 5 car in 14th. In row 8, we've got Christopher Landy in the Chris By car in 15th and Christopher Chesser in the 44 car in 16th. Back in row 9, we've got Chris Gouge, hope I said that right, in the 17 car in 17th. Hey, that's pretty cool. And we've got Christopher Williams in the 1 car in 18th. In row 10, we've got the number 41 car of Chris Corvo, hope I said that right, in 19th, and Chris Bass in the 97 car, rounding out your top 20. And in the final row tonight, in row number 11, we got Chris Alonzo King in the 80 car in 21st, and rounding out the field in 22nd is CJ Mason. So that is your 11-row starting grid for tonight's Chris Cup Series race here at Kansas on MaxspeedTV. Pace car dives off on pit road.
Ready.
Await that green flag. And there it is. We're underway here for round number 2 of the Outlaw Esports Chris Cup Series here at Kansas. We see Chris Ryan Jones and Christopher Takis here battling up front for the front row here for the lead. It looks like the 24 car of Chris Ryan Jones will clear Chris Takis. We got the number 2 car here coming underneath him now. He's battling for the front position. That is Chris James. Wow, he's going to take it too. So it looks like your leader here at the line for lap number 1 is Chris James in the 2 car. Oh, and we've already got a caution.
Out here, but I'll leave that up to you.
Go back to the replay here and take a look at it. Oh, it looks like it is the 88 car of Chris Otto. Go back and see what happened to Chris Otto. Like maybe a little bit of contact there with the 98 car I'm seeing. Maybe no contact at all. Maybe. That could have been net code, but to me it looks like he kind of made contact and then went up into the, I believe it was the 46 car, and the 46 hooked him, and around goes the 88. So that was kind of a chain reaction crash there after the initial contact, and then more contact happened. So that's just how racing goes. But it looks like a 3-car incident here with the 88 car coming the worst out of it here. So looks like you have to go down to pit road and try to get that damage assessed and see if he can get back on the racetrack and be a contender in this. But with that a lot of damage, it's going to be tough. That sucks for him this early in the race, though. We just completed 1 lap. As we see Chris Otto coming down pit road here, very heavily damaged number 88 Micro Chris race car here. We'll pull into his pit stall, and he's definitely going to have the team assess this car and see what they can do to get him back out on track for sure. But I guarantee you he's going to be sitting there a while with that amount of damage. I believe there are no quick fixes in this league, and no, there are not. So the damage you get is the damage you have, and you have to repair it. If it is repairable. Sometimes damage isn't repairable. But back up to the front here on the leader currently of the race, Chris James in the 2 car. We've got Chris Ryan Jones in second, Chris Roberge in third, Christopher Takis, I hope I said that right, in fourth, and Christopher Williams rounding out your top 5 so far after 2 laps are complete. I can already see this is going to be an interesting race since we've got a caution with just in 1 lap. This is going to be a good one, I guarantee it. But we can already see the lights are already out on that Ford Mustang pace car. These guys are going to double file back up, and we're going to get back under the green flag conditions here. 4 laps are down of 130 here. We're getting ready to be when they come back around. So when they get back around the lobby, 130 laps of racing to go. So still a lot. As we said, we're only in it by 3 laps here. We've got our first caution. Hopefully they can get a good green flag run going, and we'll find out what happens next here. Before we get going back green here, I'll just say hi to a couple of guys in chat. Mick Holmes, Brendan Kennedy, and George Elmer. Coming out and watching tonight, guys. And the pace car heads back to pit road. Ready to get back underway here after 3 laps of racing from Kansas for the Chris Cup Series. There's the green flag. We're back underway here at Kansas. We'll see who will lead the lap this time by. I know they're going to be fighting pretty hard up here. The 24 and the 2 were doing it right before that caution come out there. But, man, they were going at it. Here comes the 98 car now. That is Chris Roberge, if I'm saying that name right. Man, he's going to make it 3 wide right there. He's going to push the 24 car up the racetrack, but he's going to get tight. And here comes the 31 car of Christopher Williams. He's going to kind of take advantage of that, and he's going to try to get up to the front here. Man, they're going 3 wide again. The 24 car is going to take it 3 wide. I tell you, I can already see a lot of these guys up front here. They're not afraid to do that. 46 is coming into play here now. That's Christopher Takis. I hope I said that right. And these 2 right here battled up for 4th position. It's the 31 car of Christopher Williams and the 46 of Christopher Takis. Back up front, we've got Chris Roberge in the 98 car here in 2nd place. He's battling with the 24 car of Chris Ryan Jones. They're trying to run down the 2 of Chris James, but Chris is keeping it pretty stout out front. Here comes Chris Roberge now on the inside of Chris James as we look back here on Christopher Williams. 31 car there. He's trying to catch up to this little pack here of the 24 and the 46, battling it out. Back up here on Chris James and Chris Roberge. Chris is trying to edge out in front there, 98 car, but he just couldn't quite do it. The 2 car will leave the line there. Wow, here comes the 46 with a strong run there. That's Christopher Takis. He was going to make it 3 wide, it looked like, but he soon backed out of that and knew that wasn't a good idea. Oh, he's going to give the 98 a little bump there. Like, here, I'll help you get around the 2 car. Sure enough, that did help, and we have a new leader now, the 98 of Chris Roberge. 2 car of Chris James is coming back, though. He's looking to the outside here, going into turn 1. I don't think it's going to quite work out for him. I think the 98 has a little bit more momentum going into the corner. Yeah, you can see that they're just going to fall back in line now. As we see the 2 car coming back down at the bottom, he's going to try to pass on the bottom here. That's probably the best line to use right now to do it. And it looks like he's going to get it done. Willie Clearing coming off the final corner here of turn 4 to the start-finish line. I don't think he will. He might have edged himself out in front just good enough, and he did. He will lead that lap. Man, some good racing here. Whoa, man, there was some jockeying for position right there. Man, they was all over the place. The 46 car really didn't, I don't think, know where to go. He was trying to make it 3 wide, but couldn't really just get it in there correctly. And that got a little loose, and he had to go back up to the high side. Now we're going to look here. It looked like he was going to try to do 3 wide again. Yep, here we go. 2 cars going to change that, though. He kind of closed the gap there. Want to help the 98 stay out front. Car losing a little bit of ground to the 46 there as we got the 24 coming into play here on the high side now. He's going to try to get 3rd from the 2. 24 is Chris Ryan Jones, and he will get 3rd. 2 cars slip back and forth. 2 car had a little bit of a strong outing here on the restart, but now it looks like he's kind of maybe just burnt the tires up a little too much, and he's going to fall back here and kind of conserve. A good effort to try to get the lead. He did lead a couple laps. But right now, your leader, Chris Roberge, in the 98 car, has got a pretty good point here to the front as he is almost a whole second ahead of 2nd place. Or, yeah, whole 10th, I meant. Watch that second. Is the 10th down. Here comes 2nd place. Moving up the challenge. He's underneath him here, coming in turn 2. He couldn't get the pass complete. 24 car is going to try it now as he dives to the bottom. The 2 car is going to follow through, and they're just going to power around the 46 car. But the 2 had some trouble. He pushes up the racetrack and couldn't make the pass. And the 46 is going to work back on the high side here of the 24 car, and he will get the position at the line, but he hasn't cleared him just yet, and there he will coming into 1. These guys keep racing like this, though. That's just going to keep that 98 car able to pull away even more. But the 46 is pretty stout up front here. He has been able to keep him under wraps with racing these guys behind him. Man, action up front is pretty good with these 4 cars here up front in the top 4. Let's take a look here at 5th place. He's about a second and a half off these guys. That is Christopher Lawrence in the 9 car. He does have a good following behind him here, though. It looks like a little battle back here for 5th place is about to shape up here with the 9 car, and it looks like the 48 behind him, which is Jonathan Leach. 9 car, has picked up 5 positions. He started 10th, he's up to 5th. Back up front here on the 98 car as we did have a small little battle here. The 46 was trying to get around him. Oh, they're going to make contact right there coming off turn 2. Cool, the 46 will get around the 98. The 2 and 24 are going to capitalize on that and get around him and push the 98 car back to 4th. Wow, what an amazing job that was by those 2 to see what was going on between the 98 and the 46 and just kind of get the edge on that. 46 car is your new race leader. That's Christopher Takis. Got the 2 car of Chris James putting the power back on now after he was back to 4th. He is now back up to 2nd. So far tonight we've had 1 caution. It was for 3 laps. It come out after lap 1. And we've got 117 laps to go with 4 lead changes happening so far. Watching this little battle up front here, we've got Christopher Takis and Chris James battling out here. Chris is a strong car here tonight. I can see it. He started third. We got the 24 car who started on the pole position running third right now. And then the car leading the race started second. We're on Chris Ryan Jones here right now. He is running third after starting from the pole position. Behind him, the car started fifth. That's Chris Roberge in the 98 car. We saw that little mishap he had there just a few laps ago. It's what got him back here to fourth place. But with all the action going on up front, that has allowed the 9 car of Christopher Lawrence to catch this pack. Right now, these guys are starting to kind of get single filed out here. They're not really racing up front. But that's what you would expect, you know, after the restart. They, you know, be kind of racing and they just, you know, kind of figure out what they can do and what they can't do. And then they just kind of, you know, settle down a little bit. And we've got another caution. The second caution of the day is out here. Go back and take a look and see what happened. I'm seeing the 35 car of Christopher Ritchie. See what happened to Ritchie. Also seeing, looks like, I saw Chris Ritchie, but I see you're seeing Chris Hubka. I don't know. Let's see what happened here. I think they both were involved. Oh, they were. Yeah, we see Chris Ritchie and Chris Hubka here. Don't really know what happened. We're going to take a look at it here. Look, you see the 5 car on the bottom. Oh, the 5 car just cuts up the racetrack. I don't know if something broke or what happened there, but Chris Hubka just comes straight up the racetrack into Chris Ritchie. And it looks like they collected the 13 car of Chris Papa in that as well, but Chris Papa didn't get as much damage as Chris Hubka and Ritchie did. Wow, a lot of damage to that 5 car of Chris Ritchie, or not Chris Ritchie, excuse me, Chris Hubka. A 35 and 5, that confused me a little bit there. But I didn't see how much. Let's take a look here and see how much damage the 35 got out of this. But the 5 sure got a lot. Ooh, look at that right there. Yeah, the 35 got out of that unscathed. I mean, he got maybe just a tick of damage on the front, but that should be just quite enough to not really damper him too bad. But look at that 5 car. He looks like the car from the caution earlier. He's got the whole front clip missing, the whole rear clip. Wow, Chris Hubka with heavy damage on that 5 Chrisit car. So that right there was the look at your second caution here, folks. Man, a lot of damage on that one as well. So the first 2 cautions tonight have 2 cars with substantial amounts of damage. The first one was Chris Otto. Now, Chris Otto was the first to crash. He did get back out on track, but he has heavy damage, and he is 1 lap down, running in the last position of 21st. And I say Chris Hubka will be joining him a lap down here shortly, and those 2 will be jockeying for 20th and 21st positions. And just on a side note, we did have 1 car that did not start this race tonight. That was Chris Alonzo King. So out of 22 cars that were on the grid, only 21 cars started this race. All right, we're under caution number 2 here tonight at Kansas, folks, after 22 laps are complete out of 134. Chris Takis is your race leader currently, scored, and Chris James is second. Chris Ryan Jones is third. Chris Roberge is fourth, and Christopher Lawrence fifth. Then to finish out your top 10, we've got Christopher Reese in sixth, Jonathan Leach in seventh, Christopher Crowder in eighth. Chris Jonathan Leach is dropping ninth, or he's dropping more. Something must have happened there. But I'll redo that because that moves Christopher Reese into sixth. The top 5 stayed the same, but Christopher Reese, will move into sixth. Christopher Crowder seventh, Chris Jones eighth, Chris Bass ninth, and rounding out your top 10 is Christopher Chesser. As I said, I apologize, folks. This is a new series for me here at MaxspeedTV, so I hope I'm saying these names as closely correct as I can possibly. And as I said, the longer I get, and I know these guys a lot more, I should be able to pronounce their names a little better. But for tonight, I'll say your name as best as I can. So far, it's been pretty good racing action up front here with the top 5. These guys have been putting on a great show. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see more once they get back green here after caution number 2. Here we're on board with the 2 car of Chris James. Watch him here on the restart, see what he can do on the outside here with the 46, the leader. I'm not sure if this lead goes on green flag or if it's leader control once the pace car dives off, but I will say the leader there, Christopher Takis, is the control car for this restart. We're going to ride on board with Chris James here and watch his restart here as this pace car gets ready to dive off. All right, pace car heads back to pit road. Christopher Takis here is the control car. We're going to wait for the green flag here. And there it is. We're back underway here at Kansas for the Chris Cup Series. We're on board with Chris James in the 2 car. Good restart there by the top 3, top 4 really. Top 2 are still side by side, but you can see that 3rd and 4th have kind of got spread out now. But the 98 car back here of Chris Roberge is battling with the 9 car there of Christopher Lawrence. Going to try to take 4th position from him, and he will do so here at the line, but he ain't cleared him yet. 9 cars putting a little bit of pressure on the 98. And he cleared him coming into turn 1. 98's going to try to go by the 24 of Chris Ryan Jones now. And he will complete that pass with ease. And the 98 car will move into 3rd. We've got a good battle up front here with Chris Takis and Chris James. Chris James on the outside in the 2 car, and Chris Takis in the 46 car on the inside. Ooh, Chris comes up the racetrack a little bit, the 46, and he about made ooh, man, they're close there to the line, and that was Chris James by splitter leading that lap. Man, close racing between these 2 on this restart. They've been going at it for the past couple of laps now. 46 car finally cleared the 2 at the crossover here, coming down to the bottom. He's going to try to get back around him, and he's going to capitalize on that on the bottom lane. That 46 is just going to get left in the dust as the 98 car is going to take action on that now and try to get 2nd. And the 8 car still hasn't cleared the 46. They're still racing hard here side by side through the turns. Coming down the back straightaway now, but they are allowing that 2 car of Chris James to pull away a little bit here. And you can see the 46 is going to catch back up to him here coming off turn 4. 98 still below him. Really got nowhere to go. Oh, he makes a little bit of contact there at the back of the 2 car. He's going to try to come down to the bottom here now. And the 46 will retake the lead coming off turn 2. Oh, not quite. 2 cars still there. 2 car come down. We'll try to cross over, but it wasn't going to work out that time. Here he comes back down now to the bottom. And the 2 car will complete the pass off turn 4. 2 car leads at the line. 46 about got him back though. That was close. 46 will get him back after the line though, going into turn 1. So, wow, these 2 are really racing up front here for the lead. Take a look a little way. Oh, there. Well, we're going to stay on top here because the 2 car is looking out of the outside. I'm not really sure how good of an idea that was. I don't think that was going to really work out for him there, but he's going to come back down to the bottom now. As you can see, the bottom line. But right now, it's just really not the passing zone. Bottom lane is. As you can see, the 2 car got back out in front of Christopher Takis and is back on point, and Christopher Takis is kind of just laying low now. And everybody else is too. The battle I was going to talk about there a minute ago before I stayed up front is just kind of fizzle out now, and they're just running single file. But we do have the 31 car back here. That is Christopher Williams. He was looking on Christopher Lawrence for the 5th position, but he has backed off. We got the 44 car of Christopher Chesser coming up on the 31 car of Williams. This is the highest Chesser's been tonight. He started 16th, and he's currently running in 7th. So he is the biggest mover out here so far tonight. Now we're on Christopher Williams in the 1 car here. He's running 12th right now after starting 18th. Got some competition here. Looks like Christopher Bass in the 97 car is going to try to go around him. Bass started 20th, and he's trying to get to 12th. Good little battle here between these two, Williams and Bass. Bass clearing. He's trying. Come off turn 4 to the start-finish line. Who's going to lead it here? And I believe Williams was the one in position for 12th there. Yes, he was. Bass just couldn't quite get to the pass. Bass is going to get him here on the inside of turn 1 as Williams went way high up near the wall. And it looks like Chris Jones is going. Oh, contact made by Chris Jones. We caught that right there. Caution is out for the 3rd time tonight. Go to the replay and go back and kind of walk you through what happened there that we caught. That's kind of odd that we would catch a wreck right there while he was talking about him. Wow. Yeah, it's a jinx, all right. Let's go back and take a look here, see what happened. Now we see the 33 car of Chris T. Jones. He's on the bottom. And it looks like he just starts to kind of break loose. And when he tries to overcorrect the car, it gets a little bit more loose, pushes up the racetrack, and gets right into Williams in the 1 car. And here comes the Chris By car. He'll get a little piece of that there. That's the 71 of Christopher Landy. Not what he really needed, but I don't think he'll have too much damage in that incident. But the 33 car will go for a ride here. And it looks like the 1, 71, and 33 are the ones involved in caution number 3. Yeah, I guess you could say commentators curse there on that one. We were talking about the wreck and snares. We do have Chris James in the 2 car on pit road. A lot of drivers are taking to the pits here, but we do have Christopher Takis in the 46 car staying out. So, different strategy call there. Kind of a weird one for that one. Almost the whole entire top 10 come down pit road except for Takis in the 46. Because we do have Christopher Reese in the 62 who was back around the end of the top 10 there. Kind of outside the top 10 looking in. He's up in 2nd now because he chose not to pit. We do see Christopher Williams here that was caught up in that crash here just now on pit road, and he's sitting there for a lengthy amount of time, so he might have got enough damage to get assessed to see what happens. But as we look at the car here, I don't really see much, but you can see a little wrinkle there on both front left and front right. But other than that, car looks clean. Taking a look at Christopher Ritchie here on pit road in the 35 Tabasco Chris car. Tabasco Chris. That's cool. I don't really see no damage on his car except for the front right there a little bit. Other than that, there's a little bit on the left rear. Now we're looking at Chris T. Jones, the one we just caught there in the crash. He's got heavy damage there on the right rear quarter. And then it looks like the front right has some damage as well. And it looks like a little bit in the front middle. But other than that, the rest of the car looks pretty good. So I think he can probably get back out there and pin for some positions. But I think that's going to be a little bit of an aerodynamic drag for that spoiler back there being crumpled the way it was. Back up front here on Christopher Takis in the 46 car. He's got the 62 of Christopher Reese behind him. And the 71 car who was involved in the crash for this caution is up in 3rd right now. He was the one that had the least amount of damage. He just caught a little nick there of the 2 cars, but got out of it pretty good. I only saw a little bit of damage on the right front, but It's very, very hard to see. It's not noticeable at all for that Chris By car, but I think he'll be pretty good here starting in third. It looks like Chris James will be restarting fourth, so after pitting here. So it looks like the top 3 cars were the only ones to not come down pit road. I think the lights from the pace car should go off this time by, and that they do. So we'll double up for the restart here, and we'll get restart number 3 underway after about the caution come out around 36, 37 laps complete. And it looks like we'll restart with 39 complete. So just a little under 100 laps to go here at Kansas tonight. These guys got a pretty good green flag run between the second and third caution, so that was good for them. All right, Chris Takis here is the control car. Pace car heads back to pit road. We're on board with Chris Takis in the 46 car for the restart here. And there's the green flag. We're back underway after caution number 3 here at Kansas for the Chris Cup Series. 62 car wasted no time on the restart here. He immediately drops in the bottom lane to try to get a run here on Chris Takis. That is Christopher Reese. You got the 24 car there of Chris Ryan Jones looking underneath him. They're going 3 wide here. 62 car of Christopher Reese in the middle there, but he's not going to fare too well as the 2 and 24 had a little bit more of an advantage on the outside of him and the inside of him. And now they're going to take the leader 3 wide. Wow. And the 24 car comes out the leader and all that. Chris Ryan Jones to the lead. He was a pole sitter tonight. 46 car diving back to the bottom here. And it looks like that he wasn't going to be able to get that time to get second. We'll see what he can do here in turn 1. Is he going to try? No, he's going to go to the high side. He's pushing up the racetrack. That doesn't look too good for him. Got a 31 car there of Christopher Williams is going to be there to attack and take that position. So Christopher Williams moves into third. Chris Takis back to fourth. 98 car of Chris Roberge restarted that restart there, I believe, in fifth, and he's still running fifth currently, but he has a 44 car of Christopher Chesser behind him here. Chesser, the biggest mover of the night so far. Well, technically, I think Chris Bass has changed that now since Chris Bass has gotten into the top 10, and he has started 20th. Yeah, so Chris Bass is the highest person to jump up positions so far right now. Oh, Chris Chester just went into fourth place. And it looks like Chris Bass will move into sixth. So these guys are moving up. Chris James is back in the lead after taking it from Chris Ryan Jones. Chris Ryan Jones back to second. And here comes, is that the 44? Yes, Christopher Chesser coming up to third now. He will pass the 31 car of Christopher Williams here. He's trying to. Going to do it to the line? No. Christopher Williams will stay in third at the line. I don't know what happened to Chris Bass, but he did fall back a position. Still battling, though, with Jonathan Leach in the 48 car. Chris O'Reid. Racing everywhere. Back up front here, Chris James has got a little bit of a lead. He's got 0.2 of a second here over Chris Ryan Jones. Looks like the 98 car of Chris Roberge is up here trying to battle with these guys now. He's trying to get third. Is he? Yeah, okay. It looked like there for a minute that 31 was going to battle back pretty good on the outside. And I thought the outside might be, contact there a little bit. Yeah, I think the outside's starting to work its way in a little bit as the 31 car was having a pretty good run up there. 31's coming back now. As we look at Chris Ryan Jones here in second. Here comes the 31. And he was going to look there, but not quite. 98's going to keep third for now. See the 44 car there coming into frame. That is Christopher Chesser. Is a big mover here tonight, coming from 16th up to the top 5. Chesser. Hopefully I'm saying these names right. If I'm not, I do apologize. I'll learn them eventually. But we do look at Christopher's car here. Man, I did not see the 44 car in any incidents tonight, but he does have some heavy damage there on the back of the car. 44 O'Reilly Auto Parts Camaro. He is the only one out here that I do not see running a parody car. Everybody else has got a Chris Oil, Chris By, Chris something. He's the only one that's not running the car with Chris on it. Christopher Chesser. Back behind him there you can see the number 9 Chris car, or U.S. Chris. It's a U.S. Army parody. These two are battling for the top 5. Looks like we have our first retiree of the night. The guy we saw in the previous caution, Chris T. Jones in the 33 car. He takes his car behind the wall. He is out of this race. Chris Hubka in the 5 car, the one we saw in caution number 2. He's currently running 3 laps down in 20th. He's just letting cars pass him. And then Chris Otto, who had heavy damage from the first crash tonight, has gotten back on the lead lap and is running in 17th place. So that's good to see him. And he still has a lot of damage on that 88 car. But back up front here to Chris Ryan Jones as you're on board with him here in the 24 car running in second. He's trying to run down the number 2 of Chris James in the lead. .44 car of Christopher Chesser. He gets around the 98 of Chris Roberge and moves into third. Chris Roberge on the outside is going to battle back. Chris Roberge got third at the line, I believe. Or is that fourth? Maybe for fourth. Yeah, that's for fourth. Excuse me. Christopher Williams is in third. I had my positions mixed up there a little bit, folks. Sorry about that. I thought that was for third, but no, that was for fourth. Here comes the 9 car. He's looking for 5th now. The 44 car got in a little bit of trouble there, and he's losing some ground. He's losing some speed. The 9 car will take that position with ease. 9 car into the top 5. 44 car of Christopher Chesser back to 6th. Chris Bass is back up to 7th after falling back to 8th. He was up to the highest of 5th tonight. That'll work his way back up to that position. Right now he's running 7th, so still top 10 for him. Chris Papa behind him. A little bit there, a little gap between them. He's running 8th. Chris Jonathan Leach was up to around top 5, but he is now back to 9th. And Christopher Reese, who restarted this previous caution in the top 3, is back to 10th. And he's got a big group of cars behind him. And look who's back here. Christopher Takis. I really don't know what happened to him. I didn't kind of catch it, but you know he was up front and kind of lost ground, and he's losing more. Got the one car of Chris Williams there behind him. That was a car that was involved in the last caution there. There's the 62 car of Christopher Reese getting passed by Christopher Takis. Takis will go into the back into the top 10, and Reese will fall back into 12th, as it looks like Williams will get around him as well. And more trouble for Reese as the 77 car of Christopher Crowder will pass him on the outside. So Reese back to 13th. Oh, well, never mind. He might go back to 14th. Here comes the 21 car of CJ Mason. He was well look there, but I think the 62 is finally going to settle into 13th for a minute. Maybe not. Here comes the 21 again. Want to get him? Nope. I think it's safe to say he settled in 13th for the moment. All right, back up front, we're looking at the 2 car. Is your race leader. Has a 2/10 of a second lead over second place, Chris Ryan Jones in 24th. Ooh, 31 car got a little loose there coming off turn 4. It's Christopher Williams. But these guys up front are kind of getting spread out now. They're kind of just slowing down. I do see back here behind the top 4. It looks like Christopher Lawrence battling with Chris Roberge? Yeah, oh, man, he about got in too, Roberge there. He's going to lose a little bit of ground to Roberge after that push up the racetrack there. Be able to recollect it and get back going here shortly, hopefully. Here comes Chris Bass. He's picked up another position. He was 7th. Now he's up to 6th. So Chris Bass starting to knock off positions here as he's trying to make it up to the lead. Working hard at it. He is the biggest mover out here so far tonight, coming from 20th up to 6th. The other biggest mover, Christopher Chesser, is behind him in 7th. Let's watch Chris Bass here as he's riding on board with him as he's trying to pass the 9 car of Christopher Lawrence to get into the top 5. I believe he's going to do it going into turn 1. 9 car staying there on his outside. Yeah, I lost it. I have no idea what happened. My screen went black. Well, if you can still hear us, folks, having some technical difficulties here. We'll try to get them sorted out. Uh-oh. Well, we're still live. I see your computer screen on the... I don't know what happened. Yeah, we're going to take a break, folks, while we get this little squabble kind of figured out here and see what happens. We'll be right back. Oh, never mind. We got it back now. Wow, that technical difficulties, they happen. But, looking at the leader here, Chris James. Yeah, it's back to one more now. It's okay, Michael. But yeah, looking at the leader here, Chris James, he is almost out to a half a second lead over Chris Ryan Jones in 24th, so these guys are starting to get kind of spread out up front, as it is a half a second difference between second and third. Wow, all the way back from third to fourth, it's almost a 3-second gap. So that is huge. Top 3 separated by almost 3 seconds. All right, Chris Roberge is battling with Christopher Lawrence and Chris Bass. You can see Chris Bass there in the 97 car got around Lawrence in the 9, and Bass is trying to work his way up to Roberge. Outboard Bass as he passes Roberge with ease there coming off turn 2. He will clear him, and Bass will move into 4th. Here comes Lawrence now. He's going to try to take 5th from, Roberge, and he will do so. Roberge back to 6th. So Chris Bass and Chris Lawrence both pass Roberge, and Roberge goes from 4th to 6th. Now it's a pretty huge gap from 6th to 7th. 6th to 7th is a whole 5 seconds, and that's Christopher Tackus in 7th. Christopher was up front contending for the lead here at the beginning of this race. Right now he's mired back in 7th place after some troubles. Hopefully he can find his way back to the front soon. Jonathan Leach is currently running in 8th. He's a second back from Tackus. Chris Williams is about 3/10 of a second off of Leach. They're in 9th, and then Christopher Reese right there behind Williams in 10th. So that's your top 10 so far. Number of cautions tonight have been 3, so they've been on a pretty good green flag run here. 4 total of 10 laps, 67 laps to go, and there's been 8 lead changes. Take a look back up front here in 2nd place. This is the 24 car of Chris Ryan Jones. He has got a little bit, he's clicked off a 10th now on Chris James, as he was a half a second back. Now he's only 4/10 of a second back. Either James lost a little bit, or Chris Ryan Jones dropped that. Get it out in a minute. Christopher Williams there in the 31 car, running in 3rd. There actually are 2 Christopher Williamses in here. There is one in the 1 car. He's actually Christopher B. Williams. I guess I could call one Chris Williams, another one Christopher, but anywho, Christopher Williams in the 31 car is running 3rd, and Christopher Williams in the 1 car is running in 9th. Back up front here to the race leader in the 2 car. It's Chris James in the Chris Discount car. The 24 car there has knocked off another 10th, so he's down to 3/10 of a second now on Chris Ryan Jones. We are 71 laps into the 134 lap race. That's 201 miles around this mile and a half of Kansas Speedway. Been a pretty good race so far tonight. These guys up front have been putting on a great show. Right now they've kind of got spread out and they're not really racing too much, but I think when we get into the closing laps of this race, I think that'll change. Looking at the 9 car here now, the 97, excuse me. Never mind. Little technical difficulties again, but we're on the 9 car, Christopher Lawrence. He's currently running into 4th position. After starting 10th tonight. Just ahead of him, though, who we were on, which was... I said that earlier. I don't think, yeah, Chris Otto and Chris Jones are the 2 out of the race. But something happened to Christopher Chesser that I did not see. He's now 11 laps down, sitting on pit road. I don't know what happened to Chesser, but yeah, Chris Corvo. I don't know what happened to him either, but he is sitting on pit road right now at the moment. I believe he just come to pit road. Yeah, he's only 1 lap down, so he just come to pit road. But Chris, and he's pulling away now, so it might have been a pit stop for a little bit of damage or something. He did sit there for quite a while. Christopher Chesser, though, as I said, I don't know what happened to him. He's been sitting there for 12 laps, so something happened to him. I didn't see what happened, but 12 laps, that was a long time ago. Don't know what. He was on the lead lap. But Chris Hupka is still out here in the race after having that one issue that he had there a while back. But you can see heavy damage on that race car. He is running currently 5 laps down in 18th. But yes, there are 2 cars out of this race, Chris Otto and Chris T. Jones. Now, if Chris, okay, talking about it, Christopher Chesser just took his car behind the wall, so there's 3 cars out now. As I was mentioning Chris Otto and Chris Jones being out of the race, Christopher Chesser takes his car behind the wall, so now there's 3 cars out, and only 18 cars left on the racetrack out of 21 starters. Yeah, Chris King did not start the race, no. All right, we go back up front now. Chris James in the 2 car. He is out a half a second over second place of Chris Ryan Jones in the 24. Chris Bass is trying to work his way up toward the front, though, in the 97 car, as he has been around Christopher Lawrence now for a few laps. They were battling for a little bit, but you can see that he's got a huge gap on Lawrence now, almost 4 seconds. That's a huge gap from 3rd to 4th. Was closer than that, but right now it's not that good. But looking at your top 5 here, we've got Chris James in the lead. Chris Ryan Jones is running 2nd. Chris Bass is running 3rd. Chris Lawrence in 4th. And Chris Roberge is rounding out your top 5. That's after 77 laps of action. What I'm looking for. Not seeing much action right now. These guys are all spread out. They're on board right now at the 21 car of CJ Mason and the 62 of Christopher Reese. Christopher Reese is currently running in the 13th position. He is 1 lap down. 21 car, though, when you was looking at him there a minute ago, CJ Mason, he was on the lead lap running in the top 10, but he is now coming to pit road. I don't know if this is a scheduled pit stop for the 21 crew. Number 21, Chrisards. I don't know. I'm not going to try to pronounce that one, but that's supposed to be Menards, but I like that. That's pretty cool. And he does have some heavy right side damage to that 21 machine. You can see there, but you can see they're jacking up the car and changing the right side tires. Looks like the crews will go around to the left side and change those tires now. This is all virtual. You can't see the pit crew. Unless you're actually the driver, then you can see them. But the 21 car is away, and here comes the 13. So it looks like scheduled pit stops are underway here. Green flag pit stops. Lap 81. Chris Pappa in the 13 car pulls into his stall. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a very standard pit stop, 4 tires and fuel. Question is, with these guys coming in now, when does these leaders up front come in? Because we do see the top 8 now are the only ones on the lead lap. Oh, and here comes the leader, Chris James. Will be followed by Chris Ryan Jones in the 24 car. Chris Bass is coming in as well in the 97 and 3rd. Christopher Lawrence coming into pit road. Chris Roberge, though, in 5th, will stay out an extra lap and get a bonus point here. Oh, he wasn't quite there, though, that time. Chris James had crossed the line before Chris Roberge could get there. So we'll see if Chris Roberge will stay out one more time as we watch Chris James's pit stop here. Yes, the Chris Count car. I called it Chris Discount earlier, but Chris Count tire. And Chris is away there in the 2 car. Good pit stop for him. And Chris Roberge will stay out one more lap to lead a lap. We'll see if he'll come down next time by. Christopher B. Williams on the 1 car here. Chris Wrench, he's on pit road. Pulling away now, so normal green flag pit stop for him. Chris Jonathan Leach in the Cruiserade car. I think he's actually sitting there. Trying to see if he went a lap down. Oh, he's on lead lap, so he should be going here. Here comes Chris Roberge, the race leader now. He's coming into pit road. That should give the lead up to Christopher Williams if he doesn't come into pit road. On the back stretch right now, diving into 3. I'll watch Chris Roberge's pit stop here. I'll keep an eye on 31 car too to see if he stays out while we're watching Roberge here. 31 will indeed stay out, but he wasn't in time to lead a lap. We'll see if he stays out again. Watching Chris Roberge's pit stop here. He should take 4 tires undoubtedly. And Roberge is away. Now, when Christopher Williams comes into pit road, that should give the lead back up to Chris James in the 2 car. But Christopher Williams will stay out to lead a lap, get a bonus point, or however many bonus points they award for leading the lap here at Chris Cup. I don't see him slowing down none. He's staying up high. Oh, he's staying out again. Christopher Williams in the 31 car there will stay out once again. I wouldn't have thought that. Ooh, Chris Oil. Does have the Cruiserade car behind him, but that's a lap down car. Comes the 1 car of Christopher B. Williams. He's going to try to get 1 of his laps back. He is 2 laps down. He's going to get it back the old-fashioned way here of passing the leader. That leader's going to be out there on some old tires. He's been out there for a while. Right now we see the 31. Contact between the 48 and 1 car. The 1 car is washing up the racetrack here a little bit. Is he going to make contact with anybody? No, he stays clear. He did get the wall a little bit. And right there is second place, Chris James. He got around him okay. Chris James is trying to run back down current race leader Christopher Williams, who I would have believed would have come to pit road by now, but for some reason he hasn't. He's just out here burning the fuel off, burning the tires off, running laps. But here comes the 2 car now. He's right on him. Really? I must have missed it. Okay then. Well, he's actually contending for the lead here. Wow, the 2 car just had so much speed. He just sitting still. And it looks like Chris James will retake the lead in the 2 car. Chris Count Tire. And I guess I missed the 31 car's pit stop, but where he was just getting in the lead, I was thinking he was the last one on the pit cycle. But maybe he wasn't. But the 2 car of Chris James is back out front, and he's going to put the 48 car. I think he's putting him back 2 laps down. Yep, because he was 2. Now he's going back to 2 as he did get the lap back. So the Cruiserade car is back to 2 laps down now as the 2 car gets around him. But he's going to re-challenge him here and try to get that lap back. Here he comes on the bottom. Like, nope, you ain't going to take that lap from me. I'm going to take it back. So, yep, I apologize there for my mistake, folks. The 31 car had pitted already. I just thought, but I will say that's some good pit strategy to be able to get the lead like the way he did. But I figured he would have been able to keep up and, you know, kind of keep the 2 car at bay. But, man, that 2 car just blew right by him like he was on old tires. So I'm kind of just wondering. But, yeah, I'm seeing that he must have pitted. Yeah, Christopher Takis in 5th place. That's he hasn't pitted for the 3rd time, but think so. Well, I guess we'll find out when these guys will come down pit road. It's right now their pit stop strategies are a little confusing, but hey, that's part of racing though. Nobody wants nobody to know their strategy, so. On board with Christopher Takis here in the 46 car. Currently running in the top 5 in 5th place. Started 2nd tonight. He's led a total of 14 laps. He's kind of up there at the start of the race, and now he's just been kind of mired in mid-pack for the rest of the race. Kind of looking around the packers, we're back up front here to second place, but it's the 2 car, what I was trying to say, of Chris James and the Chris Count tire car. Christopher Williams still running in 2nd. He did get just, yep, never mind, he did get, no he didn't. Who was that? Okay, I was getting confused there. That looked like that was 2nd, but no, he's getting ready to be next if he can hold off Chris Ryan Jones. Chris Ryan Jones is in 3rd right now, looking to pass Christopher Williams. There was a car back there behind him that looked like that he was 2nd. I thought he was the 2nd. I got the 2 cars confused. But it looks like Chris Ryan Jones will get around the 31 car and will move into 2nd place. So Christopher Williams back to 3rd. Next car back from Christopher Williams is Chris Bass. About, say, a 2nd half back from Christopher Williams, and that's Chris Bass. Chris Bass is the biggest mover tonight in this race, starting 20th, and he's up to 4th. So good top 5 run for Chris Bass for starting 20th tonight out of 21 cars. He was 2nd to last on the grid. That right there kind of shows you how fast of a race car he has. Pretty good. Go back a ways here a bit to the last car on the lead lap. He has been up front a lot tonight. It's Chris Roberge in the 98 car. He's currently running in 8th place right now. He is the last car on the lead lap. First car 1 lap down is the 13 car of Chris Papa running in 9th. So only 8 cars right now currently on the lead lap. And it's a huge gap from 1st to 2nd even. 1st has a 5.3, no, it's 5.5. 5.5 second lead over 2nd place Chris Ryan Jones. That is crazy to have that big of a gap. 5.5 seconds. Chris James is on point tonight here in the 2 car. Coming into the closing laps of this race here, next time by, we should have 35 laps of racing remaining. Man, the beginning of this race was action-packed. Now it just looks like after pit stops, these guys have gotten spread out. Let's step away for a quick break and we'll be right back.
Wise Guys, and you're watching MaxspeedTV.
You just bought your home and you think it may need a little spicing up, maybe a different color or just a repaint altogether. Here's where Michelangelo's Painting comes in. Located in Mesa, Arizona, Michelangelo does all kinds of change when it comes to paint. New homes, old homes, homes under construction, commercial or residential, pool decking, gates and doors, as well as garages and much, much more. Michelangelo's crew pays close attention to detail, so you won't have to do any worrying and just enjoy your new look and satisfaction of a job well done. Want a custom color that you don't think we'll have? Give it a shot. They're targeted on customer satisfaction and will come through with what you have in mind. Give them a try today or call for your free estimate, 480-510-5388, or just take a look for yourself on their Facebook page. Again, that phone number is 480-510-5388 if you have any questions for Mike and his crew. They will leave everything clean and neat, and you will have the feeling of a new look when they finish. Michelangelo's Painting, where our pride shows through in our paint.
Alright folks, welcome back to the Chris Cup Sim Racing Series here at Kansas. We are 104 laps into this 134 lap event, so we've only got 30 laps of racing remaining here as they cross the line. And your race leader currently is Chris James in the 2 car. He has a 7.3 second lead over second place. And while we were in break, a lot has happened because there are now only 4 cars on the lead lap. Only 4. And they're all spread out. There's hardly any racing going on for position at all. I mean, I'm seeing, the 2 cars in 5th and 6th are Chris Papa and Christopher Ritchie. Christopher Ritchie just got around Chris Papa. We got Chris Bass on pit road. What, did you lose motor noise? Yeah, I've got motor noise on the broadcast, so we're good. Alrighty. Technical difficulties fixed. Anyway, taking a look here at Chris James as your race leader. As I said, he's 7 seconds ahead of second place Christopher Williams, which I had thought. And we got Chris James coming to pit road, so another pit stop here for Chris James. This is the 4th or 3rd pit stop for him tonight. 4th pit stop for Chris James. I thought it was 4th. That does give the lead back to Christopher Williams in the 31 Lucas. I'll try to say it. Lucas Oil. That's a little bit of a tongue twister when it's Lucas and Lucas. But he is the race leader currently in the 31 car as Chris James come to pit road. Chris Roberge, however, stayed out, and he is currently running in second. But only the top 3 are on the lead lap. And I think Christopher Williams just passed Chris James. Yeah, Chris James goes a lap down. Chris Roberge on pit road now in the 98 car. Coming from second place. So a lot of pit stops happening here. Here comes Christopher Williams down pit road now from the race lead. That should give the lead back up to Chris Ryan Jones, I want to say. I think he just got his lap back there, so I think we might see Christopher Williams maybe get back on the, well, he's, see. I do believe Chris Ryan Jones is going to take the lead here. It's going to be close. Chris Roberge is coming back out on track now. Here comes Chris Ryan Jones across the line. Chris Williams just pulled out of his pit box. So yes, Chris Ryan Jones will take over the race lead here in the 24 car. Chris James, however, though, is right behind him after making his 4th pit stop tonight. And it looks like Chris James will retake the lead. Wow, amazing pit stop by Chris James' number 2 crew to get him back into the lead here. But after these pit stops have cycled through, we do have about 10 non-cars back on the lead lap. So while we did go to commercial break, there were a few people that started to come down pit road, and that's what that was all about. I was field while we were under commercial break looking, and I wasn't even, I guess, noticing that. But yeah, 9 cars on the lead lap right now. Chris James is your race. I don't think anybody else has led that many. No, he has led the most. Chris Ryan Jones is sitting in 2nd place. He was your pole sitter tonight. We've only had 3 cautions, so they've been on a pretty long green flag run here. It's pretty good. For a total of 10 laps. We've got 22 laps to go, and there's been 13 lead changes. As you can see, it looks like the 2 car there was going around the 77, putting him 2 laps down. That's Christopher Crowder. Now 2 laps down. He is the first car 2 laps down, and it looks like the next car to go 2 laps down will be the 17 of Chris Doge. Is that right? Gouge. It looks like Gouge, but I would think be different. That's okay. We'll all have fun and games, but as I said, I do apologize, folks, if I'm not saying these names correctly. I am new to the series here tonight, so hopefully once I get farther in, we'll get these names all sorted out, and I'll be saying them correctly sooner or later. But we do have Chris Lawrence, Chris Reese. We were looking at Chris Lawrence there for a minute. Christopher Reese here in the 62 car. He is currently running in the 6th position, and we are back to having only 7 cars on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap is Chris Roberge in the 98 car in 7th. We see Chris Roberge passing 62, and that is Christopher Ritchie there as well. I believe Christopher Ritchie, though, is a lap down. Yeah. Christopher Reese and Christopher Roberge are racing for position there. They also go, and Chris Roberge also gets around Chris Williams and moves into 6th. So Chris Roberge picking up 2 positions, and he'll move into 5th, actually. So Chris Roberge back up in the top 5. Chris James back up here in the lead still. Led the most laps tonight. 85 so far. 17 laps to go. Chris James has a 4.5 second lead over Chris Ryan Jones in 2nd. Chris Ryan Jones is your pole sitter tonight. Chris Bass is your biggest mover out here, coming from 20th up to 3rd position. That is a great run for Chris Bass tonight, and just a exceptional drive by him to be able to come through everything. I know there was one wreck there that we went back and looked at that he missed barely, and he's been up front ever since. So Chris Bass with a very strong car tonight, coming from 20th all the way up to the top 3. Oh, and right there in front of him, there was a little bit of trouble with 2 lap down cars. That was cars 21 and I see the other one there. That was 48, I believe. Yeah, the Chryserade car. And the 21 car there, CJ Mason. 48 is Jonathan Leach. He is the first car 1 lap down. Let's do a little crank it up. Yeah. We'll do a little crank it up here before you got 14 to go. Alright folks, we're back off of Crank It Up here, and as you saw there on Crank It Up, it looked like the 46 car had a little bit of issue there, but he got back under control, and he didn't really hit nobody. That's Christopher Chakis. Oh, he's getting loose right there as we're talking about him coming off turn 2. That car is a handful for him right now. He is 2 laps down, running in 12th after starting second tonight. He had a strong car in the first half of this race, but right now it looks like that car is just really ill handling for him right now. Hopefully he can get it figured out here in the closing laps and come home with a 12th place finish. Because with him being 2 laps down, he's not going to get any other positions out of that, pick up any I should say, because the car ahead of him is only a lap down in 11th. But he is racing for position with the car in 13th. That's CJ Mason. I think CJ's a little far off of him right now. Not too far. He keeps having the issues. CJ might capitalize on that and pass him. Chris Hupka will take his car behind the wall with 9 laps to go. Man, what a shame. Chris had a pretty good run there at the beginning and then got into that first incident. And it looks like he now takes his car behind the wall. So he stayed in it as long as he felt that he could. Man, just shy of 8 laps to go, and he takes it behind the wall. So tough luck for Chris Hupke here tonight, but he put out a good run after getting that damage. It looks like he will finish 18th. He is the 4th car to take it behind the wall, as we have 17 cars left in the race. Chris Corvo, I hope I said that right, is currently running in 17th, the last car on the track. Back up front, though, here, 2 car. Chris James, he has a 6.9 second lead over second place Ryan Jones. And as we see here, the 31 car of Chris Williams is in front of the leader. Chris Williams about to go 1 lap down and to make it only 6 cars on the lead lap in the closing laps here for the Chris Cup Series at Kansas. Chris James with an outstanding lead here over Ryan Jones. Seven-second lead from first to second. 6.9, but I was rounding it off. Almost 7 seconds. Chris Bass here in third is about around 2 seconds. 2.5 maybe from second place, so he's got his work cut out for him if he wants to try to get up here and battle for position. Coming to 5 laps to go. 5 to go this time by. Here's a look at your top 5 after 129 laps. Four laps remain here at Kansas for the Chris Cup Series. Round number 2. Daytona was last week. The next race for this series will be at Iowa Speedway, but it won't be next week. It'll be the week after that. I believe that's November the 15th. Yeah, November the 15th will be their next race. So it's an off week for them next week. We're not quite sure if it is an off week. We'll just say it's an off week for the broadcast. There may be a race in there that may not be broadcasted, but as of the schedule looks, there's not a race scheduled for that week. So I'll call it an off week, but we'll see as we get the one to go here for tonight's race. Chris James with an outstanding lead. If nothing happens here, he's got this race in the books. Coming off turn 2, number 2 Chris Count Tire car is looking strong tonight. Coming around 2 more turns, 3 and 4. Coming off turn 4 to the checkered flag. Chris James in the 2 car will win round number 2 at Kansas tonight for the Chris Cup Series. Chris Ryan Jones in the 24 car will come home second. And Chris Bass in the 97 comes home third. Rounding out your top 5 are Christopher Lawrence in 4th and Chris Roberge in 5th. We'll be back in just a brief moment. We'll try to get a few of these guys in here with a word here with the winner.
No destination, no end in sight. Just me and the open road, riding into the moonlight. On my 2 wheels, all that I need is white lines and gasoline. Life in the fast lane. Easy to maintain. Just twist the throttle on back and feel no pain.
All right, we've caught up with tonight's winner, Chris James. Chris, do you have a copy?
Woods of the country, where live free or die is the only way.
Oh, okay. This button. Yeah, I got you.
All right. Man, what an outstanding run you had tonight, Chris. That car was dominant out there. Tell us about it.
Oh man, everything went the way, just went perfect tonight for us. We put some good preparation in, but I think the key tonight was going to be pit stops. So I worked on nothing but pit stops pre-race and through the week, trying to get those down perfect. I figured it would be one there, and it was close with Chris Ryan Jones, I believe, if not for the pit stops.
Yeah, you had at the line. You had, for the race, it was an outstanding lead of 7.3. But he was pretty fast in his pit stops tonight too. But something just happened there in the race, and man, you had 7.3 second lead over Chris Ryan Jones there. So you grabbed the win tonight. Well, you said you worked on pit stops during practice, and I tell you, your crew looked like they were the fastest tonight. What else was going through your mind during practice and the start of this race? You started third.
Oh, I knew the first couple laps, first 10 or 15 laps were going to be nuts here. It's nothing but jockeying for position. It's kind of I call it musical cars, and whoever's up front on that wall kind of wins the day. So that's always fun. But those last 20 laps, my heart's still pounding. It's not easy to win at any track, any series. So I love every one of them. My heart was racing the last lap, saying, "Please, power, hold out. Please, internet, hold out. Please, no cautions."
Hey, it worked for you because you only had 3 cautions tonight, and they were all at toward the beginning of the race. I don't think any cautions happened after lap 50. Somewhere around there anyway, it's lap 50. I know. So what's your thoughts on that? Because like you said, it was jockeying for position for like the first 50 laps, and then after that, it seemed like when you started doing green flag pit stops, the field kind of just got spread out.
Yeah, Chris Cup League has come a long way. The guys are learning how to drive around there, how each other drives, and we're getting better, and I look forward to see the future of the league.
Awesome. All right, Chris James, you are the winner tonight here of round number 2 for Kansas. What's your thoughts for the next race?
We'll put the time in. You know what? I don't even know where we're going next race. Is that Road America?
Well, on the broadcast schedule, there's not a race scheduled for next week, so that might be what that is. I didn't see Road America on there, but the next race that I have scheduled is Iowa.
Wherever we're at, we'll put in the time and try to get another top 5 for CJR Motorsports today. My teammate back there in P5, and congrats to Chris Jones going behind me. You ran a good race.
All right, Chris James, well, congratulations on your win tonight, and good luck in the next race.
Appreciate it, and a quick shout out to Butt Kicker and Simnet for sponsoring the series. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Awesome. All right, there's your winner, folks, Chris James. Let's get and pitch a word with the second place winner, Chris Ryan Jones. Chris Ryan Jones, do you have a copy?
Take care, good buddy.
Well, Chris, you got second tonight. You started from the pole position tonight, but man, toward the end part of this race here, the last I want to say 60-some laps, it looked like it was just really hard for anybody to keep up with Chris James.
Yeah, he really had us beat on pit strategy, and I messed up on the second to last pit stop. I kind of went too forward in my pit box a little bit. I had to back up, and that made me lose a few seconds on him, and so I figured, well, the only way I'm going to be able to get a chance is if I short pit. So we short pitted about 15 laps before he did, and was hoping it would prevail, but it ended up not. It's just new tires mean everything, so he was just taking off on us. So, but all in all, it was a great race. I got to thank you guys for broadcasting, Kyle Sykes Designs and Simnut for everything they do for us, and it was just a lot of fun. I love racing here.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. I'll tell you that the race tonight, it looked awesome for the first half. You guys are just trading positions back and forth. You were up there racing with the guys. Kind of what's your thoughts on what happened after that third caution and the green flag pit stops?
Yeah, it just gets tough, especially when you're all bunched up and everything. You can get some good runs going down into the bottom, and you can get around some guys, and you can keep it going for about 10 laps, and then the tires just eventually start to even out. And overall, the best line to run is the high line after that, and that's when it starts to string out and everything. But man, when you have those restarts and stuff, it's anybody's game, and that's what really makes it really interesting.
Yeah. All right, Chris. Well, thanks for talking with us here. Congratulations on your second place top 3 finish tonight, and go celebrate. Good luck in the next race.
All right, sounds good, Jeff. Thank you again for broadcasting.
All right, folks, we're going to catch up with our third place finisher tonight, Chris Bass. Chris Bass, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, Mr. Bass, you finished third tonight. You were the biggest mover out there tonight, coming from 20th place out of 21 starters to get a top 3 finish. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was a pretty eventful night. Just kind of calm there from the last long green flag run we had, but car felt good, and I just had a pretty uneventful second half of the race, but car felt pretty fine there. Pretty good race.
It was a pretty good race. What was your thoughts compared to the first half to the second half? The first half was just jockeying for position back and forth. Top 10, top 5 guys were going crazy all over the place up there. And then it seems like after that third caution, when the green flag pit stop started happening, it just seems like everybody kind of got spread out. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, these guys, they always race pretty clean. I had to miss a few wrecks there at first, just kind of laying back. I had some internet issues when I first started, and didn't want to get up in the way if anything started happening with that. So just kind of hung out there the first half of the race, and then decided I'd try to put the hammer down and go a little bit there towards the end.
Well, it worked out for you because, man, you got a third place finish out of it, and I bet it was good.
Yeah, man, it was a pretty good run for us.
Awesome. Will you have anybody you'd like to give a shout out to or thanks before you go celebrate this top 3 finish tonight here at Kansas?
Yeah, I thank the guys in the car, the Red Eye Designs, and Brandy Wiggins for her support and doing the paint schemes for me. V1 Rotate for their generosity and help from my Uncle Jay, and Chris Cup Series guys, Buck Kicker, for their support, Simnut Racing for their deals, and yeah, man, just all around pretty good night.
Awesome. All right, Chris. Well, once again, congratulations on your top 3 finish tonight, and good luck in the next race.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all for the good broadcast.
All right, folks, there it is. There's your top 3 finishers. A word with them. Chris James comes home winner tonight, so let's go down and get a final run through these results. All right, coming home with the win tonight was Chris James. Great run by him, 7.3 second lead over second place. Chris Ryan Jones, he'll finish second tonight. Chris Bass will finish in third. Christopher Lawrence will finish fourth. Chris Roberts will finish fifth after starting fifth, so he finished right where he started. Christopher Reese will finish sixth. He was the last car on the lead lap. First car 1 lap down in seventh place is Christopher Williams. Christopher Ritchie will finish 8th. Chris Papa will finish in 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is Chris Gouge. I hope I said that correctly. Back in 11th place here, you've got Christopher Takis. Man, he looked like he had a fast race car out there tonight. He just got caught up in some problems, and he ended up finishing 2 laps down in 11th. 1 position right outside the top 10. CJ Mason will finish in 12th tonight. Christopher Crowder will finish in 13th. Christopher B. Williams in the 1 car will finish 14th. And it looks like Chris Jonathan Leach will finish in 15th tonight. Christopher Landy in the Chris By car will finish in 16th. Chris Corvo, I hope I'm saying that right. How Corvo? I don't know. We'll say Corvo will finish in 17th tonight, and he was the last one on the racetrack. Chris Hubka will finish 18th. He was the first one. He was the last one to take it behind the wall. Chris Otto will finish 19th. Christopher Chesser will finish 20th, and rounding out your field in 21st is Christopher Jones, and then Chris Alonzo King did not start this race. So on behalf tonight, folks, here at Max Speed TV, I'm Jeff Dotson. Michael D'Amico is behind the cameras, and until next time for the next race, have a good night.
Two wheels in the open road, life and death in my own hands. I am my own justice, I am my own man. I never look behind through all that I have seen. 'Cause all I need is white lines of gasoline, white lines of gasoline.
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching Max Speed TV.